Hello there. As you can imagine, right now around Tāmaki Makaurau, there's a lot of action going on with people doing what they can to coordinate things, to get information out there and to help people. And credit where it's due. We've seen a bunch of MPs from across the political spectrum getting out there and helping communities, finally getting their hands dirty, and actually digging in and helping where they can, even though sometimes they might go on TV and say stupid things like we want to work with the government to make sure the national response works properly, but things should be local decisions about closing schools. That's not the point here. The one Auckland MP that seems to have been absent through this whole thing and has made no effort whatsoever on his social media presence to try and get information out to help his electorate and help his constituents seems to be David Seymour, the leader of the ACT Party. In fact, here you can see the tweets around the events that have happened. 5 days ago it was about minimum wage. Since then, it's been about kids not being able to go to school because they absolutely should. Because, the first week of school is where you learn the most of everything. And of course, there's blaming the Prime Minister for the late notice about the closure of the schools, which was recommended by NEMA to make sure that people stayed off the roads after what we knew was going to be a relatively rough night. Not as rough as Friday, but still a rough night where we didn't know what was going to happen. We woke up this morning to motorways being shut down, parks having more slips, more water everywhere, and people needing more help. Closing the schools was the right thing to do. Now let me be fair here, that's just his Twitter feed. He has actually put some information up on his Facebook feed around what's happening at the moment. The problem is the stuff he's put on his Facebook page doesn't actually direct people where to go to get help or tell them what sites to look at, who to listen to, where to contact things, other than directing people to his electorate email address. And at a time when people aren't really paying that much attention to partisan politics because of everything that's going on, there's still posts about the recent poll results and just how important ACT will be. Oh, and at a time where parts of the city are flooded and underwater, including the roading structure, there's conversations here about making sure that speed limits don't get reduced for, safety. So here's the thing. On 10% of the party vote, quite possible that they will not need an electorate seat to get in, like has been gifted to them in the past. So maybe if National wanted to do something a little bit different, they wouldn't tell people not to vote for their candidate in the Epsom electorate. Doesn't look like they need it, so maybe just something to ponder there.